Hi everyone, welcome to today's stream, and I'm here with Agent, and we're going to talk about Lightfall, and mostly it's just is it a 12 or something that got released today,
I
yesterday.
believe in the
Yes, hi
community
Agent.
it's called a blog post. And yes, hello. Happy to be here. I'd like to point out I've already read this thing. So
I haven't read it because I'm like, maybe I want to do a
you
stream
were
about it
you
while
were keeping
people
this
talk about
solid.
it. Yeah, so
Well, no worries. I believe both of us will have some pretty good insight to share with our viewers today. So thanks for having me, and I look forward to like just reading this out with you.
the only
Oh my
thing
god.
I know about this is Season of Defiance. That's like the only thing I'm excited about for now because I need it to make my videos. So I need it to like sort of prepare myself and all this stuff.
I see. I take it you are going to be like streaming and doing videos about the seasonal activities and all that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean like the activities, yeah, of course, but like it's mostly just making videos because streaming is kind of it's not really a good idea because of frame rate and all that stuff.
Hmm. I'd say, well, that's entirely up to whether or not you can get the thing to handle. So, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing about it.
Well, in any case, there's plenty of like small tidbits of information to be given about the upcoming season. But something that's even more interesting to me, in particular, is what's going to be said about the future seasons after Season of Defiance. The season that comes after Defiance will be the Season of the Deep, which, in case you didn't know, is what the Hive call the Darkness. And we can imagine that that's going to be a very Hive centric and also darkness centric story, which, I mean, we all love the Hive. So they've gotten a lot of love over the recent DLC. So we can definitely like see more of that. But also a lot of gameplay systems and changes coming to Season of the Deep, as well as Season 22, which comes after that.
Oh,
So
they
we will
haven't released the name of season 22.
know. Season 22 and 23 will be the third and fourth season of the Lightfall year, and uh, I think, well, what they've said so far has shown there's a lot of like they have a lot of ideas for how to essentially improve the general user experience, including, for example, improving the like increasing the difficulty of the game in a few different ways. So we've got all that to look forward to, but at the same time, it's some of it is a bit unfortunate that the news is these changes won't be coming until like several months down the road. So we want to keep in mind that some of the changes discussed in this blog post will not be coming that early.
Yeah. And I've actually noticed that you know, oh shit, my lo-fi just turned off. Yeah, I noticed that they have added the changes to Crucible for this current season. Like they made it so that you need to do like 7 rounds of whatever the heck it is to like sort of get a sort of rank or something.
Uh, you mean
Because
competitive?
yeah, the competitive, like the part where you kind of don't
Hmm. Yes.
don't get
Well,
any, the supposed ranks like normal seasons, and then not normal like previous seasons, and then like this season you just need to do 7 rounds of some qualifying thing. Yeah.
uh, is that for trials? Okay. I'll be honest. I
Okay, not
actually haven't.
trials, but like normal crucible or control and all that stuff.
Wait, that one? Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, it's like a bit troublesome because I have to like do
Actually, that's
7 rounds. Not
no,
okay,
no,
not
that's
7 rounds, but
competitive,
7 matches, 7 complete matches, which takes
right?
so
Yes.
long.
Well, that's actually a competitive crucible, which is separate from, I guess, casual crucible, where that's where your control and quick play and all that is. Competitive crucible is about the more team play and smaller game modes.
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
Rift and all that stuff.
yes, I believe so.
Hi Kim,
That one,
welcome to the stream. Sorry for the late reply. Happy Valentine's Day and hope you have a wonderful day too.
yes, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I have not actually engrossed myself in the competitive system, so I don't really know how it feels.
I don't play trials, so I don't know how the trial system works.
Yeah.
But I
Oh, that's the
think
thing.
you have to win flawlessly or something, and then I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's, it's difficult. You don't have to go flawless, so to speak, but you have to essentially win all the way up to the top, which is obviously very difficult. Now I mean I'm kind of casual, I would say. Would you say you're pretty casual?
I don't play Crucible that much, so I think I'm pretty casual.
Yeah. So casual players like us generally can't really like look at that and say that we're definitely going to be able to handle it, so to speak. Would you would you have considered doing any crucible if you didn't have loot to chase to begin with, though?
If I didn't have what?
Loot to chase.
Like the 7 rounds thingy? Or what?
Well, yeah, I would say. Well, I mean, generally, okay. You know what? Okay, how about 2 questions? Number one, it just by default, would you play Crucible
I would
normally?
play Crucible just for the 3 rounds, just for the pinnacle. That's pretty much it. I wouldn't really do anything more than that. Because
So it's a loot-based grind, basically.
yeah, it's not like I want to ever do Crucible because the loot inside there is nice or whatever. I just want the pinnacle drop for the week. Hi Max, welcome to the stream.
Max, welcome. And yeah, new stuff in Crucible would absolutely be good. That's why we'll see later that they are definitely adding new game modes and a new Vex network map. Have you ever seen the Vex network, guys? As Augy?
Guys, I'm like,
well, I mean, I was
guys.
as well.
Yeah, of course. What Vex thing?
The Vex network.
Other than the Vex can teleport and the Garden of Salvation is kind of a Vex place, I don't think I've ever seen anything to do with a Vex network.
Here, I'll send you some pictures that you can put up on your stream. The Vex network is a location that was shown to us and that we were playing in
And I
an
feel like
earlier.
Infinite Forest is in the EDZ, so it's more taken than Vex.
No. It's the Infinite
Wait.
Okay. The Infinite Forest is located in Mercury, but no, the picture I'm sending you right now is a picture of what the place actually.
I don't play Destiny 1. I don't know what's going on.
It's not Destiny 1. This was Season of the Splicer, which was only a year.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's like it's a long time ago.
There have been here, show some of these pictures to our dear viewers. These are the Vex network is an incredibly beautiful place, where basically it is like the true like internal Vex systems. You see how Vex architecture is very cubey. It's got like these circles. That's kind of like a representation of how they build, right? It's their mindset for architecture, but the Vex network is it's like where this really comes from, where code lives and the very thought and concepts that the Vex use actually physicalizes. And we know that we're getting to go into the Vex network in Lightfall because it was teased in the trailer. But to have a PvP map there is going to be something that I think people will be very much looking forward to. I myself will certainly be. We should probably start getting into the thing, because I'm talking about stuff that's inside of the blog post without
I
actually
know.
having gotten into the blog
That's the
post.
thing. Okay, let me
But
just add
yes,
the pictures you sent first.
okay. Dingus. Oh,
What dingus?
sorry. Just random word.
You have a pet named Dingus?
No, I don't. I don't have a.
That'll be interesting though. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, it works. I just need to make it smaller and set it so that it's
Bruh.
wait, 5,000 milliseconds, 500.
Are you able? Yeah, are you adding the images?
Yeah, the image slideshow, because that is so much easier to manage. Wait, I can't really wait. Let me click on this. Control C, Control V, and then put this underneath everything.
You know, I'm kind of glad that I'm also like in your chat, because I'm just getting shards for free.
Yeah,
I can.
yeah, that's the point. I want people to like get some shards for free, and then they can, I don't know, redeem things like first, second, and third that no one literally redeems.
I know what to redeem.
Can you actually hear it on the stream?
Not exactly.
I mean, the Titanic, I mean.
No, I have to turn off the sound so I don't hear myself, because if I hear
Okay,
myself.
of course.
Also, I think I'm like, hold on, how far behind am I?
It should be around 2 to 3 seconds, if not it's 30 seconds, because which is weird sometimes.
Actually, it's like closer to 10 seconds right now.
Hey
I'll just
Max,
reload.
you can try to redeem first or second or third, you know, just have some bragging rights that you're first here even though you're not.
Well, I guess Max is technically second here. Well, then we have 3 viewers.
Nah, the first
Am I one of the
person to redeem the first, second, third will you know, the one in the shots is just 1, 2, 3 shots. It's kind of
Oh,
easy
that's
to
cute.
get. And then you redeem. Oof. Oh god.
Alright. Anyway, how's the pictures coming along, Augy?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm taking forever to do it. Okay, here. It should work now. It looks out of place because I don't know where the heck to put it. Maybe I should put
There it is.
Maybe I
The
should
Vex
put a
network.
place below there, below the slideshow. And then
So
this-
it's you can zoom in a bit if you can. The
zoom
Vex
in a bit if
network
you can.
is, as you can see, it kind of has this cyberpunk feel to it that honestly is just essentially a digital version of Neomuna, which is why the Vex network really works very well with bringing back Neomuna. Well, not back, sorry, bringing in Neomuna, because you have the physical cyberpunk world, and then you have this digital virtual cyberpunk world, and they both look and sound so amazing. It only makes sense to have this kind of stuff in Crucible, for one, because in the past we've had a lot of Crucible maps that have been removed from the game because of the nightmarish sunsetting hell. Hold on, let me redeem that. Yay!
Yay!
Anyway, so yeah, we
Congrats.
we're hoping that now Bungie has time to actually like start giving us back stuff and giving us new things as well. That's the one good thing that you can say about Bungie. They are giving us like what we want in some cases, and this is a pretty good blog post. So, would you like to actually get into the blog post at some point?
Yeah, sure. Hey,
Alright.
look at this cool transition that I have. I can just click transition and it just gets smaller. Okay, it's just what my
Let's see. Ooh, cute. Okay.
Yeah.
It nicely fits there.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, now let's get to the blog post. Actually, before I get to the blog post, the first time I saw the link and I'm like Lightfall year ahead, but I did not read it as that. I read it as light year ahead, and I'm like, wait, what?
Well, obviously Disney has partnered with Bungie for something.
Yeah, I'm like light year ahead. Next year is 2024. It's a light year. So
You
that
know.
makes sense.
Okay, I'm not gonna go too far into this topic, but I guess it's worth mentioning. It's kind of interesting that we haven't really seen any more like Space Rangers or stuff in
Huh?
Destiny. Because wouldn't that have been quite interesting to see? Having other non-Lightbearer humans or other species kind of go around space ranging in a wild soul system. I think we should see more of that.
I thought Neo Muna should have stuff like that already because the people there are like kind of what we are interacting with.
Well, that's Neo Muna, but kind of like I'd say they're more like guardians, aren't they? They have
Yeah.
these like really good nanotech powers and stuff. Nessa's Cowboys.
That's
You-
Cowboys. That sounds
I mean-
like Amanda Holiday.
Well, I mean that's the thing. We have cowboys, and we have cowboys. We have the Dredgens. They were basically like very cowboy, doing their whole like executions and stuff, giving a lot of guardians their final kills. It was a very dark time in Destiny history, and it's a really good lore, but we never actually see all this, which is the trouble. Bungie isn't doing enough to show its lore in game. Thank you for the posture check.
The
I
posture
should check my
check is not really something that's supposed to be redeemed when I'm not showing my camera. But okay.
To be fair, I feel like my posture could use a check. Thank you.
Sure.
Alright. Well, without further ado, let's actually get into the blog post. Would you like to read?
Lightfall and the year ahead. Okay, I hope you can see it because I think my face, I mean my face is covering it. Okay, it's not really covering it, that's good. Welcome to Fabric Guardians. Okay, I'm not gonna read the Joe part. Joe Mama. Okay. Just don't cancel me.
One thing you could do, by the way, if you're worried about squeezing, is that you could basically squeeze your face cam onto the right side, just like thin Augy, you know, narrow Augy.
Nah, it's fine. I'll just leave it as it is. I'll just because I can see the stream on my phone, so it should not be a problem.
All right, carry on then.
You know me as the EXO in your Grandmaster using whichever exotic bow matches the Nightfall Singe. Wait, what? I have no idea what that is. Or the Awoken or your friends lives with their fire team set to close as they put another hour of attempts into slowing the latest dungeon, or maybe even the human with three different red body weapons equipped trying to complete 10 separate bounties in a single match. But when I'm not logged into Destiny or on socials trying to convince people my Guardian fashion game is strong. What? I'm also the game director for Destiny 2. Let's see the fashion game. Whatever it is. Right.
I'm guessing it's just it's oh my god, he's gonna see some damn Joe Blackburn.
I think Warlock looks the best.
That is some interesting styling there. Certainly pretty epic.
The Warlock looks the best.
White and gold.
Yeah, white and gold, not blue black. In a couple of weeks, Lightfall will be in your hands. It is the penultimate expansion in the Light and Darkness saga, and it is a radical acceleration towards the final shape. But as excited as we all are about Lightfall, it's not the only thing coming to Destiny 2 this year. Destiny is a massive, living, breathing organism, and what it requires to thrive is an incredible development team with a constantly updated list of priorities that can regularly inject high-value changes. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and talk about how we see the game right now and what changes we need to make to allow Destiny to continue to evolve and thrive the way we all want.
Okay. Can I pause you here for a sec?
Sure.
Okay, just a couple things. Number one, could you invite Max to your server, please?
Oh, Max is not in my server.
Yeah, they'd like to just pop in.
Okay, why not I just send the link to your server and then they can just join right away. Like, permission to use your server as a point of...
Just once is fine. Yeah, go ahead. That aside, I'll also do a quick comment on what they've said so far. Now, obviously, this is very PR, very fluffy talk, but I mean, we don't need to necessarily be too harsh to Bungie. After all, they do make an effort to try to give us a good...
Oh my god, hi Baby Flash, welcome to the stream. Wait, do I call you Baby Flash or your real name? Okay, I'm just gonna call you Baby Flash. Welcome to the stream.
Wow,
so excited to see you here.
Welcome to the stream. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's. Back to what you're talking about.
No, yeah. So, we should keep in mind what is Bungie's goal here with what they say. Specifically, this is Joe Blackburn, right? But at the same time, we should also be mindful of that Bungie is currently in a situation where they are trying to appeal to a lot of people. So I guess I'm generally the kind of person to give them a little slack, as long as it.
As long as it.
Well, what's a good word to use? As long as it's reasonable, yeah. As long as they are reasonable and honest with us players, it's usually something that I guess you just have to accept. With after all, with big companies, right? That's capitalism, guys.
Capitalism, yes.
Social capitalism.
Of course.
Want to carry on then?
Okay, wait, just for the redemption, I'm going to turn on my cam just to pet the cat plushie. Yeah, I'm petting the cat plushie. Hi, this is a cat plushie. Hi, I'm meow. Why do I even have this redemption?
Oh, it's pretty cute though. Oh my god.
It's cute. Belly rub. Hey, can you see the belly rub? Yeah, belly rub. Yeah, it's a very long guy. Like, long. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, I'm done with the cam.
Okay, this is actually a really good redemption. Man, I don't have any. I only have like
What, you used it all on the Titanic flute?
What? No, that's no, it's something a bit personal. No, it's fine. Why don't you carry on?
Okay. Save it up, man. Maybe I should add more redemptions, like the more expensive ones, like, I don't know, become a mod or something. That'll be like 50k or something.
I mean, if it were me, I would add a redemption that is like eat a raw tomato. Or something.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good idea, but I don't really have a raw tomato on hand all the time. It's not like I can always, have a raw tomato.
You need to give the people what they want. If they want,
raw tomato, then I probably need to like switch to an in real life stream and then be like, hi, let's go to the supermarket together and buy a raw tomato.
Dude, I mean, okay, hold on. Do you actually like raw tomato though?
No, I like the baby tomatoes, the tiny little ones, not the big ones, the small ones. That's quite tasty. It looks like grapes. That one.
Yeah, cherry tomatoes. No, those are good. They're actually definitely easier than.
yeah.
Well,
Cherry tomatoes.
okay, hold on. Cooking tomatoes is a valid way to eat a tomato if done right. Obviously, you don't just anyhow cook a tomato.
Now just dunk it in the water and then let it boil and burn.
Yeah, bro, don't do that. There are two ways to cook a tomato well that I know of. One is to sear them, which is that you kind of like grill them. Then the fire like gives them a nice crusty layer. And if you are good with it, you could even use the sugar within the tomato to create a very nice kind of like caramel layer, basically. It's very hard to do, but if done right, it can be very enjoyable. The other is, of course, I mean, you know, like the self-serve, the noodles and soup, and like you add all the ingredients, like that kind of store. Have you ever eaten from that kind of place at a kopitiam or whatnot?
I don't really, cause I don't really pick tomato for whatever I buy, cause it's like they usually don't cook it that well. It's either too soft, too mushy, or too hard. So it's like, yeah, no, I'm not giving them chances.
Fair point. I personally don't have a very strong like. I'm not that particular, so I usually do pick tomatoes because I like the boiled tomato, the way it's done. Oh my god, sun-dried tomatoes, yeah, they're so good. Although I guess their flavor can get quite strong, so eating too many of them can be a bit difficult for me. But yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I guess there are definitely several ways to.
Hi Otopi, welcome to the stream.
Oh yes, hello.
Sun-dried tomatoes are a godsend. What? What's that? Is that the dry one from packets or whatever?
Yeah, kind of. Or they're generally like dry until the point that they're like, basically very like, crunchy, I guess. It's like if you've ever had sun-dried strawberries, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, this stream really went in a very different direction.
From Destiny 2 become tomatoes.
Let's god.
Eat some tomatoes.
But for real though, I mean, I could really use, to be fair, I could really use some eat healthy.
They usually dry and put in all their amazing flavor bomb. Where can I buy them?
Make yourself lah.
Oh, make myself.
Yeah, go. You can lah. It's not you can cook.
NTUC? Okay.
Fine lah, NTUC also can lah.
Sure, NTUC. Okay, let's get back to Lightfall.
Let's.
Before this becomes Destiny 2 Season of the Tomato. First, the good. We have gotten to a place where Guardians can expect consistency in the quality of content coming to Destiny 2 all year long, from the Witch Queen to Season of the Seraph. We are incredibly proud of all the high quality shooter content and storytelling that has been added to the game over the last 12 months. Oh, 12 months already? Oh yeah, okay.
Yes.
But amid this quality and consistency, Destiny 2 can sometimes feel too predictable. While some consistency is necessary for us to be able to regularly update the game and prevent players from having to relearn Destiny every 3 months, as well as to maintain our team health and sustainability, it is clear that too much predictability has created a lack of surprise and delight by the time some of our major game updates get into your hands. Aside from predictability, we sometimes still hear a refrain that has been sung since the beginning of our journey. There's just not enough to do. While there is plenty happening at the start of an expansion or season drop, by the end of a season we often see our most engaged players lamenting that they have run out of things to sink their teeth into.
It's perhaps worth mentioning that a lot of people actually have complaints. Yeah, we did greet you just a little late, but we can greet you again if you like.
Hi Kim, welcome back to the stream.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I did greet you earlier. It's just yeah.
We can do it again. Hey BGM, welcome to the stream. We're so happy you are here. Yes. So a lot of people complain that it's not just about the predictability or that it's all the same, but generally this seasonal model is one that heavily relies on FOMO, which is fear of missing out, and gives a lot of players easy path to burning out. Even if the activities are fun, the way that they are part of the progression system can be very exhausting. That's why it's important that Bungie also addresses this. And I will address it later, but I will tell you now that I'm not the most like confident in what Bungie has to say about that. For sure there are good changes, but we don't know for certain like whether or not they will do anything different. And of course, we also don't know if there is a better way. We can talk about this later, but perhaps we can all like while we're talking and all that, like give a quick think as to what seasonal model would actually be preferable to what we have now. What would be more fun? How would you do it if you were the lead designer? Oh yes, we'll be very happy to hear it, Max. So
you can join the server. I've sent the link to general chat in Gusty's server.
Yes, you can make your voice heard later, Max, if you like.
Oh, you are in the VC? Oh, you are in the VC. Yeah.
Of course, you got ads, but yeah. So we'll handle that in a bit. But for now, you can carry on reading.
Yes,
unless you have anything to say.
No, I don't really have anything to say right now. So the issue laid out in front of us, we created 4 big goals for Destiny 2 leading up to the final shape. Next year, I don't know. Expand players' imaginations, bring challenge back to Destiny, enrich our content, and connect with our guardians. Connect our guardians, not connect with our guardians, okay?
Well, I'm sure they want to do both.
It's more like connect our guardians, just connect.
All the guardians, all of you stand in one long line, hold hands, and sing tralala. All of they're connected. Go.
I'm thinking more of the more dirty way of saying connect, but
oh no. Say that. Oh god, I just got an ad. Okay, carry on.
Okay. Now none of these goals will be achieved with one change, and they are all going to require consistent maintenance to remain true. But for the rest of our time together today, I would like to walk you through how we plan to address these 4 big goals in 2023. God damn it. Expand players' imaginations.
I mean all of these are fairly like
okay, I'm not gonna read that paragraph because it's kind of like nothing cool, but I'm gonna read the Season of Defiance one.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Lightfall will launch alongside Season of Defiance, and while most of this content was wrapped up before this new goal was put into place, we still have numerous seasonal quality of life changes along with substantial iterations to our current model coming to shake things up. Starting with reducing complexity with our progression systems. This means fewer competing currencies to earn. I thought they really removed the planetary materials.
Yes, but right now, think about what currencies we have for this season. We have resonance stamps. We have that thing that you need. What was that? Like the Seraph key code or something. You need 500.
Yeah, that one. And
then we have
Glimmer legendary shot.
No, not counting those. Not counting those.
Not counting those. Okay.
Season specific ones. We have Umbro energy, right? Seraphic Umbro energy.
Then we
Well,
have the materials on the Witch Queen place, and also
right. Well,
the
okay, yeah.
yeah.
So we've gotten a lot of new currencies this past year, and like to what end?
Oh yeah, and like what's that called? The thing, the sort of currency that you use to focus Umbro engrams. Like
Yes,
each
that's
season has a specific one, so you can't
yes,
use other seasons for it. You just yeah, sorry.
seraphic. Yeah, that's the seraphic umbral energy. Yes,
Yeah,
and
that one.
they'll be talking about that in during the weapon crafting segment, I think.
Okay, that's
So,
nice.
oh wait, no, they talk about it like in the next paragraph. I was
Oh,
wrong.
oh, oh yeah, we're doing away with Umbros and Umbros energy. Yay! So after you've unlocked seasonal focusing, if you want to focus an engram into a particular weapon, seasonal weapon or armor, all you need is Glimmer and a seasonal engram. Oh, finally I can use Glimmer somewhere else instead of raid banners infinitely, and then I've like 300 raid banners, I don't know how to use them. Additionally, seasonal engrams will be stored and tracked on seasonal vendors, so managing the engram bucket in your character's inventory will be much easier than it is today. Bless you.
Sorry, it's been a bit sneezy today. Yes, well, so they talk about seasonal engrams, which I believe are engrams that you get specific to seasonal loot. It's a bit hard to tell whether or not they'll drop as much as Umbra engrams do, because as you know, currently Umbra engrams drop crazy frequently. Like you'll get like 5 Umbra engrams for every 1 prime engram you get. And obviously all of these generally, at least for me, I simply just decrypt them at Rahul for free, and then most of the time they get deleted and some legendary shards, right? But the
Yeah.
thing is, if they do this model where they get rid of those and use seasonal engrams, and you have to, it might be that seasonal engrams only drop from if you have the season pass, which means that free players like me, like Max, are gonna be shafted because we don't get as much loot anymore. And that sucks. I feel like this, although this is good for the players who actually have all that fluff to deal with, it can be a bit concerning for us free players. What do you think?
That's I mean for me, I have literally bought every DLC, so I can't really comment much on the free player side. But I just hope that with all the DLCs that I have, it doesn't just fill up my entire inventory and my vault, and then it's just like I have to take time to delete them one by one and decide which one I don't use or something. I mean the amount of engrams I get per activity is actually a lot, especially in this season when they added this sort of feature that removes all the blue engrams so it becomes purple. So it's all legendary instead. So I'm either getting legendary engrams or umbro engrams. But I guess because of the update for the legendary engrams, I get a higher chance of getting exotic engrams, but they aren't really as useful because they are mostly just armor and sometimes weapons. Actually, mostly armor, right? Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten an even share of both. I'd say that was definitely a good change though, because I believe this change is going to remain for the next season as well. Anytime you are above the world drop cap, basically like where world drops keep increasing. Once you've got past that point, you will start to get only purple drops, which is what this update is about. And maybe I guess that's the good thing, right? Like it will balance out the fact that we're not getting umbral engrams anymore. So maybe that actually will make it a bit better for us. But early on, it's going to be a bit tough for sure.
Yeah, of course, it's gonna be all blue stuff, or maybe not.
Yeah,
I've actually noticed that throughout every year in Destiny 2 franchise, all the seasons and all that stuff, every time a major expansion drops, the pinnacle, the powerful cap increases by 300 every year.
yes, this is meant to essentially reset all players back. Like everyone, no matter where you start, has to begin the grind from bottom up.
Yeah.
But people have been saying that this is not something they want to do. And later down the line, Bungie talks about that they are thinking about, do they want to keep this kind of like system where power level essentially dictates what you do in the game.
Wait, no, give me a while. Let me just where's the... Oh, wait, sorry, give me a while. I just noticed I screwed up something. But wait a minute. Downloads, yeah.
Hold on, I think I need to check something. Be right back.
Sure. Okay, now it should work. Excited to watch your new videos later at night before I sleep. By the way, it's afternoon. It is 4:58 p.m. So yes. Awesome, it works now. What I'm thinking, why the slideshow is not moving. Not moving because I've got to add more. Okay. So, while waiting for Gusty to be back, let's just read this. We also won't be asking you to hold large stacks of seasonal currency to unlock a chest at the end of every seasonal activity. Instead, we'll be dropping singular keys throughout your playtime that allow you to extract better rewards from the chest at the end of a seasonal activity. This will create a simpler relationship where you know that you have even one key, you're getting even better reward. It also represents the repositioning of these chests as true bonuses, not requirements. Unlike today's seasonal currencies, keys won't drop every time you complete an activity. Compensate for this change, we made the base rewards for each seasonal activity completion better, so when you earn and spend a key, it is a meaningful bonus, not a requirement to engage in the seasonal playlist. Finally, by default, keys can drop from seasonal activities, which means you're no longer required to play content outside of the seasonal playlist to chase seasonal rewards. Right, so they want us to play more seasonal activities. I'm just hoping that it's not going to be very long, like each seasonal activity is going to be like 15 minutes, like a crucible match or something. It's like so long. It's like going to be like a raid or something.
10 minutes isn't very long. I mean, even Vanguard playlists can be around like 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, not 15 minutes. Maybe like I don't know, half an hour. Like, you know how a dungeon is, or maybe I don't know.
Dungeons
Like
take a lot more time.
like don't make the seasonal activities last like a dungeon. Like I don't know which one. Sarah's Shield.
Yeah, Seraph's Shield is difficult. It takes longer sometimes because it's just difficult.
Sarah's Shield kind of feels like a
wait.
part 2 of Deepstone Crypt.
Are you talking about legend or normal mode?
Normal.
Well, I mean normal mode. It's just kind of it's an exotic It's an exotic mission. Exotic missions are meant to be like at least somewhat difficult, but at the same time not like painfully difficult. You know, I have a lot to say about exotic missions later on actually.
Sure.
Now, exotic missions on legend difficulty. Now that is something else though. God damn.
God,
that's supposed to take a while. But look, sir, our current seasonal activities, seasonal playlist, the one they talk about here is like Seraph, I know, heist.
Oh, heist battlegrounds.
Yes, heist battlegrounds.
Those are like strikes.
Yeah, they're like strikes, but they're a little bit more difficult because of the power level. So sometimes I've had games last like 30 minutes. I've had games last 10 minutes. It really depends on how good the players actually are, but it's technically manageable. So
moving on top of these changes in Season of Defiance, players can expect fewer total vendor upgrades, with each individual upgrade being more potent and some upgrades even offering a variance on the way you interact with the seasonal activity. In Season of Defiance, we've also taken a big step at the way we name our various progression systems and currencies. We want any player to read the name of something and immediately understand what it does. In short, we'll spend more time playing and less time trying to understand what they are supposed to do. Okay.
I honestly, it's kind of like, I mean, you can call something a key, so sure, but generally, a currency is a currency. People read the description and they're like, okay, so that's where the currency is. I think naming of currencies is something that we don't have to worry too much about. I don't think it seems strange to me that Bungie mentioned it because like it's a sci-fi universe that like, I mean, to open a chest, maybe you need a digital key or a physical key, or you need to like use some kind of magical energy or something. So like you could use many different options, which is so I don't think Bungie should really be caring about like what they're called so much as they should be caring about how they're actually implemented.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just.
It's a stretch.
Stretch. Wait, let's
Totally.
let's talk about the picture, shall we?
Picture?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a Queen Mara Is it
Well,
Queen
yes.
Mara? Yeah,
Queen
that's
Mara is
Queen Mara.
right. Could you scroll up? Thank you. Right. So Queen Mara is over there. So she's obviously involved. And you also see a lot of Cabal ships flying over.
Cabal
Now
ships,
these,
and the pyramid behind looks like the one on Europa, but not really.
well, that's a really good question. Is that a pyramid? Because it it doesn't exactly. I mean, the top is kind of chipped off, and that's not usually what you see. So
Sure.
now,
More
looking
like the
at,
question is, can we get up there on one of the seasonal activities? That'll be cool.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I suppose we can be sure that it's actually important. Thank you for
Okay, thanks for coming by, Kim. Have a nice day to you too.
have a good Valentine's Day. Yes. So okay, what we can see is that this location is probably in the European dead zone because well, it kind of it's got pine trees, so it obviously is.
In Europe. Mm-hmm. So to speak. This looks like a either auto rifle or fusion rifle.
That's a bow.
No, the one
That
on the
one.
left.
Uh,
Right. The one on the right.
it could be its ships are just fusion rifle, but it could for all we know it could be a shotgun. Actually, wait,
Sure.
wait. No, it's got a clip. It's hard to tell from this point.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the most obvious one is the bow, and I don't know what the Titan is doing with the floor.
He's summoning. He
Like some arc stuff or whatever it is.
Okay, something that I'm actually noticing is that these weapons, you know what they look like? They look like
Dawning. Wait, no,
no,
Gaiden games?
no,
I
no,
have no
no, no,
idea.
no. They look like the weapons from Season of the Risen.
Right. No, the thing I noticed is on the floor got all this stuff that looks like Vex.
That's not Vex. Vex do not use circles in such a manner in what
No,
they do.
like the ones on top of the circles.
Oh, well, yeah, those do look like Vex, but considering all of these other patterns, which are more likely Dreaming City / Awoken, it might be that they are more like they're sort of incorporating a little bit of Vex tech, but it's generally an Awoken system. Remember, the Awoken
they're trying
are
to use the old DLC places for new content.
well, yeah, no, that's good. See, you have to add stuff to old places because this is how you make these places more interesting. When was the last time we got anything in the EDZ, right? I mean, my god.
Yeah, there's nothing on it.
Yeah.
It's like the people who we won't be asking you to hold large stacks of seasonal currency to unlock a chest at the end of every seasonal activity. Wait, I already read that, right? Yeah, in seasons to come. After Season of Defiance, we will head into Season of the Deep. I like it deep. With some time under our belt to react to recent player feedback, Season of the Deep will not feature a vendor upgrade paradigm. The same will be true for the following season. Wait, what do you mean vendor upgrade? This doesn't mean players will never see a vendor upgrade system again, but instead means that we want to create more varied experimental frameworks and slowly create a wide array of different systems for players to show their investment into seasonal content. That still don't make sense to me.
The seasonal upgrade system is the one where like right now we upgrade Rasputin, like we go to Rasputin and we talk to him and like we upgrade like oh you'll get you can focus Ikalos weapons or you'll get seraphic gear from completing the activity blah blah blah, you know, that kind of thing. That's the seasonal upgrade system, and you notice how every week we get 2 of those exo modules from the seasonal challenges system. So you're required to do seasonal challenges, and it's required to reach these milestones to actually progress. So that is what they're talking about. I guess people find that really tiring, but I do want to hear what Max has to say about it.
Is Max gonna talk or am I gonna continue?
Is that a cue for me? Oh god.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Hello there, it's...
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, we can
Hi.
hear you.
We were talking about vendor upgrades, weren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
They annoy me.
Mhm.
I mean, it's as simple as that to say they annoy me. I don't like the mechanics.
Okay. Do you think you could go into more detail on that?
Well, I think you know me. I don't like the game being grindy, and it's one of these things that just makes the game really grindy.
Yes, I can certainly see that, because you are, of course, starting from a point of less progress, because you need to reach these milestones to actually make the game feel less grindy to begin with, and you need to grind to get to that point. But because it takes more and more to reach each milestone, you're also grinding more and more. So yes, it's a self reinforcing grind cycle, essentially.
Grind cycle.
Grind cycle.
Grind cycle.
Would you is this what am I correct to say that is what you're getting at here? It's the max CPU.
Well, trying to get rid of this self-reinforcing grind cycle, yeah.
Yes. Well, yeah. So that's an excellent point.
It's like Season of Plunder did it pretty badly, having to do the same mission over and over again, back to back. Just stuff like that, which I think they could do to improve.
The same mission. Are you referring to?
Oh god, my profile
seasonal...
picture's up there.
Are you referring to a seasonal activity or?
Well, yeah, it was like having to do catch crash just over and over again. It really got to me.
Yes, and this season, although with the good thing about the story segment of this season has been that we only needed to do the playlist thing once every time and open the chest.
Yeah.
So technically that wasn't as terrible, I suppose, but it still required to. I mean, on one hand, obviously, if you're going to do a story focused around lore justified season activity, I mean, obviously it's going to make you do it, but obviously it should never make you grind it to the point that it tires you out, right?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, how do you think the current system that we have now, what do you think of that aspect of the requirement for doing the season activity?
You're talking about stuff like Heist Battlegrounds?
Yeah, because Heist Battlegrounds is integrated as part of the story.
Yeah, I think that Heist Battlegrounds is okay. You do it quite a lot, but it doesn't feel as grindy as Catch Crashes, because there's different versions of Heist Battlegrounds getting different submines and whatnot. So it's not where you're doing the exact same activity over and over again like you were with Catch Crash.
Oh, was Catch Crash not taking place in different locations?
No, it was the exact same thing, just over and over again.
Oh wait, oh yeah, it was the pirate. Wait, so you only ever had that one pirate ship, basically?
Yeah.
Was it a different boss at any point?
No, it was the same boss all the time, all season.
Okay, wait, I'm trying to remember. So it was Catch Crash was the main activity, and from there you collect like map fragments, where then you will go and do these special activities. What do you call it?
I can't remember what they were called, but they were like treasure digs or something like that.
Right, yes, and so you had to do one activity, so you could do another activity.
Yeah, that's the pain in it. Yeah, that was
Now,
yeah.
other
When
activities. took place in other places.
Yeah, when I first did this season, I was like, how the heck did I get this currency? I did literally everything and no, but oh, it's catch crash. I'm like, what the hell? I have to do a second activity just to do one activity. It's like,
Oh
yeah.
no.
The pain.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to have been making progress on it with season 19. Like, it's nowhere near as bad as that was, but I do think there is room for improvement for season 20 and 21.
I'd say I guess I'm glad I didn't get plunder as much as I like the weapons, and I guess the nice thing is that I just so happen to get some really godly rolls of like just a few of the random weapons I wanted, like that hitstone SMG. Oh my god, yes.
Yes, it's good.
Yeah, I
Hitstone
love it.
things are very good.
Hitstone things are so good. Do you know that the current Fire and Forget, which is the stasis aggressive frame linear fusion rifle, rolls with both chill clip and hitstone in two different colors, which means you can have both chill clip and hitstone for the ultimate stasis chat build.
Stasis.
Stasis Giga Chat. I don't even know.
Oh, you weren't meant to hear that.
I can. Well, for once, you're actually loud enough to be heard well, so.
Wow.
Wow, for once. Emotional damage.
But emotional. Okay, but yes. I suppose since I didn't play it, I didn't realize how tough it was, but now I know. Okay, one thing I didn't know was that in one of those activities you had to like wait around for a guy to spawn for progression. And not only that, because the guy spawns so late that the activity is usually done by then, you had to actively hurt your teammates by grabbing those exotic thingies and then throwing them away. I heard that this was an issue that was like very cringe. So
Was this from Plunder?
yeah, this was from Plunder. Like for one of the things you had to grind out. Like Augy, do you know about this?
It's been a while since Plunder. I can't remember most of it.
Well, fair.
No, I don't remember.
In any case, we can certainly agree that Plunder was as good as the story and the theme was. It fell incredibly short in execution. So if we carry on, I think we'll see more. Well, actually, no. I think that was it about the actual like season system. But after that, we have more to talk about on future seasons after Season of Defiance, because they clearly they've kind of planned out all of their changes over the whole year.
Bro, my Switch just went for ads again.
Yeah, same here. It's Twitch will be like having ads somehow. Yeah. So I'd say why don't you continue with the reading, Augie?
So you're getting a Burger King ad about spicy chicken?
No, I'm getting Twitch RPG.
Oh, Twitch RPG, the survey thing where after you finish you get 100 bits
Yeah.
that you can't keep, you have to give it to people. Is that what's the point? But yeah, sure, it's kind of funny anyways, it doesn't really matter, it's just $1.
I have an idea for a redemption, Augie.
What's the idea?
10,000 bits, you order Burger King to my house.
Oh my god.
To your house or to my house?
To my house. Actually, to your house.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have an idea for that, but
It was originally just after Burger King, but yeah.
It's called Treat Stream, where it's kind of sort of like a separate panel in the about section there, which when I'm streaming you can just order food from there and then it will come to my address, but I haven't figured that out yet. I know it works because I've seen it on other people's stream, so yeah, I plan to do that. I just don't know how am I going to set that up, because I don't know if it's only available in the UK. or it's available everywhere in the world. So yeah, but it's a full meal, so that's a cool thing. Anyways, let's continue with the reading. It sounds like reading a Bible is so long. This variety will also extend into the types of content players experience in the moment-to-moment gameplay of our later seasons. In both Season of the Deep and Season 22, the team is pushing the envelope to create more fresh activity experiences, like when we first unveiled the Shattered Realm in Season of the Lost, or debuted Battlegrounds in Season of the Chosen. Right, okay. One thing we want to continue from last year is casting a wide net when it comes to the themes and fantasies our players can expect with each release. Lightfall already has a very different tone and setting from the Witch Queen, and we want to continue that tonal variety in our seasonal content. From Reapers to Pirates to Cowboys, last year's seasons proved that Destiny 2 can encompass experiences that contain wildly varied inspirations, and we are committed to the adventures in Lightfall's collection of seasons feeling just as thematically fresh from one another as they did last year.
Yes, this is definitely a strong point. You can have any of these stories. I mean, look, let's be honest. The Fallen have always been pirates, but we got to see a really amazing aspect to this piracy, and I think I enjoyed that a lot. It's the reason I didn't realize how bad Plunder was until I asked them around, because it looks like a really good idea, right? God, I want to be a elixir pirate. Of course, we could also, honestly, it would be nice to just have like spaceship warfare in Destiny.
Oh yeah, there's that one thing that I don't like about Season of the Plunder is that at the end of one of the missions, to get additional loot, you have to do an emote.
Huh? What was that from? Was
Season
that
of the Plunder.
the treasure missions?
Yeah, it's one of the treasure missions. You have to do
Yeah,
an
you
emote
have
to get extra rewards. But if you do the emote after the prompt comes out, you do not get the extra rewards. So you have to do it before the prompt comes out. And it's like sometimes you die in a mission and then you just can't get the extra rewards. It's like, god.
Well, that's a very obscure mechanic.
Yeah, you have to emote, which is like, why? So I have to make sure that I hide one corner and not die, and then I come out just to do the emote.
Clearly, it's a good idea it's a good idea in spirit, asking players to do something social, but obviously you need to make sure that the players are revived or something. Otherwise, I mean that is once again just flawed execution of a good idea.
Yeah.
I think that's
Flawed execution of a good idea. I think that's the overwhelming theme of Plunder.
Boy.
Plunder, blunder. Yeah.
Plunder, season of blunder. There we go.
Season of Plunder.
There it is.
Okay. These stories, progressions, and themes aren't the only way we think we can stretch a player's imagination space. Some of this is going to come from putting new systems into Destiny 2 or revisiting systems that aren't quite hitting the mark. What, bring back all the planets that you destroyed?
I want
think-
Titan back.
I want Titan back. What they're talking about, I think, is more like, like the power level system, or the champion system, stuff like that. Basically, they want to make sure that these things are engaging to play with and not equip mod. Do that, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I am a huge fan of the upcoming ability anti-champion system, because it means that I can essentially I can think about what I want to do against an like a champion using any of like for example, if it requires jolt, I could use an arc grenade or an arc melee or an arc weapon with jolt, or I could even use like one of the exotics which gives jolt. Like Darcy becomes an anti-champion weapon thanks to this change. You realized, and Solar, if you anti barrier is scorching, but if you want to deal with an unstoppable, I believe you use ignition. So you're doing the same thing with Solar, but like obviously it's a more complex activity because, for example, with a Solar Warlock, you have to really think about how you're applying that Scorch. It's really difficult. But with a Solar Hunter, you can cause an ignition just using one of the knives, I believe. Which one was that? Is it the light knife?
Actually, all the knives have ignition.
Do they? No, they don't.
They have Scorch, but Scorch will build up to ignition eventually.
Oh yes, but there's one that automatically ignites. If
oh, that's not. That's just a mod. That's just a seasonal mod. The heavy weighted knife, that was a seasonal mod.
Surely not. No way. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up right now.
In the season where they released Solar 3.0, there's this mod where whenever you get a melee headshot kill, you get the ignition instantly, and then the ignition will spread everywhere, and then just kaboom, kaboom, kaboom everywhere. But that's only if it's a melee headshot. So I think any melee works, but only for that seasonal mod, which is a pain. Also very good in the Crucible. You can just like melee everyone and just boom, boom.
I'm looking at it right now. No, bro, it's not. I'm telling you, this is a constant thing. It's still around even now. Like the description.
It's still around now, but it's only if you do the Scorch and then you ignite. You can't ignite instantly.
Oh yeah. No, it's. I'm telling you, it says right here, throw a knife that deals extra precision damage and causes Scorch targets to ignite.
Yeah, it causes Scorch targets to ignite, but it Scorch them even more to be able to ignite. But you need to Scorch them first.
But that's not what it's. But the others, if that was how it worked with all the others, then they would say that though. They all deal Scorch, but only weighted throwing knife automatically causes an ignition on any amount of Scorch.
Yeah, but if you're not Scorch, you cannot really.
Oh, okay, but actually dealing that Scorch isn't very difficult because you have a lot of options now for dealing Scorch. You have the weapons, you have perks like Incandescent, and of course you have your grenades, all of which deal some amount of Scorch. So all these different options, it's really about them giving us a lot more variability and capability of dealing with let's be honest, pretty flawed system for champions, because champions are still a very scissors paper stone system where you have to even now, even with this system, you technically still have to have the right thing. It's just that it's a lot easier to have the right thing, and you can think about how you do it, which is good. But but having a system where like unstoppables, you have to shoot every limb, like the arms and the legs and then the head or something, then it stuns them. Like something like that would switch up the gameplay a lot. It might make it harder, but it might also be rewarded with better stunning, for instance. So okay, I don't want to go too far on this, but the point is that having more complex systems that are less monotonous could give more complex players like me a good shot. Now I know that not everyone wants overly complex systems, but it's kind of like you have to find that balance, And Bungie has not always done a very good job of finding said balance.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay.
In Lightfall, we'll be adding Guardian ranks to the game alongside rethinking Destiny 2 build crafting with loadouts. Wait, what Guardian ranks?
Guardian ranks are a system where you are out. Sorry. Where playing high level activities will have your fellow players essentially like rank you. Like, what were you good for? Like, you were a good supporter, or you were really useful for DPS, or you were just a very nice person to play with, or like in PvP you were there to like
I think people would probably be rating me as someone who just used the div a lot. I just use divinity and then just everyone does the damage. I'm just the least damage guy.
Well, it's fine because they can say that you're the most useful support or something, and this would still up your Guardian rank. So,
wait, so Guardian ranks will come out in
Lightfall.
Like Defiance or Deep?
Defiance, yeah.
Defiance, okay. Because they're talking about Deep now. I was like, what? So which one are they talking about right now?
No, they're going to go deep, as in like they're gonna go into a deeper detail.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, I mean, as long as it's not a easily exploitable system to like crash someone's reputation unless they deserve it, then it should be a good system, hopefully. I mean, yeah. Oh, okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, back to this.
I kind of have something else though. So, okay. Yeah. Carry on.
Okay, while we aren't going to go deep into either of those systems here, they both represent new lenses that we want to continue to apply to Destiny 2. For example, Guardian ranks aim to be the effortless way Guardians share their place in their journey with one another. No longer will the number next to your nameplate be a representation of how much you have grinded in the season pass. Instead, it's a representation of our experiences as a Guardian and the challenges you faced and overcame. Of your Guardian, why is the Y black? Of your experience as a Guardian and the challenges you face. And the full stops is also black. What are they doing? Some puzzle here?
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh heavens.
Hey, fun fact, you can do a exclamation mark sneeze command to, I don't know, count the number of times I sneeze, but not the number of times I guess sneeze.
The time I sneezed.
But no, I sneeze, but more like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I've been sneezing.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, I'm so sorry.
God, it's like the 4th time.
Yeah, it's sneezy. It's kind of raining too. Oh,
it's raining. Ah, I know that it's raining. Didn't really bother me. The cold never bothered me anyway.
ha. Anyway, I guess the point is that the Guardian rank system is really just about being a more social system. So it's, I mean, I'm pretty positive about the system. Of course, like you imagine that we like start like we go into 5 Crucible matches and we come out as like we have negative Guardian rank, like the enemy team ranks us as absolute like hackers and stuff or something. I don't know. It probably doesn't work like that. It probably doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
I think it's teammates only for it.
Yeah, let's hope it is. But let's hope they give us enough time to rank people before they kick us out of an activity. Because like strikes and
Oh yeah, of
you
course.
know.
I believe. Well, I mean, based on the thing that they showed us in back in the Lightfall Lightfall reveal. That's the Lightfall reveal thing. They were showing us like the system, and like you get like, I don't know, like 30 seconds maybe even. So plenty of time.
Yeah. It's more like the indecisive people be like, how do I rate this guy?
Yeah, they'll have enough time. Surely.
Yeah, it's like this guy is like he's just standing there by shooting, so he's like
Anyway, shall we move on then?
Yeah, sure. In Lightfall, okay, I already read that. Weapon crafting. Oh, they're still using this thing. Okay, that's cool. Thought they're gonna remove it or something, but okay, weapon crafting. You're going to want a killer set of weapons for those challenges, and this year we're going to change how you think about obtaining those weapons with some major updates to weapon crafting. While we love having some sources of deterministic perks, we found that the route to getting the weapons you want to craft can be too random. At the same time, we also believe that weapon crafting being a part of so many of our weapon chases has diminished the joy of simply getting a great perk roll as a drop. So here's what you can expect to change with weapon crafting in the year of Lightfall. Actually, this picture is very nice, let me save it. It's Enclave.
Ah, gosh. Whew. So, I think we can. I think this is pretty summarizable, but I will want to talk about like the logic behind the changes here. You'll want to scroll down though.
Yeah, I know. I'm just setting something
Yeah. Go ahead.
because it's not updating. Yes, it's done. Wow, they actually made the font bigger. Okay. Ooh, there's a lot. Okay. To create independent chases for both crafted and non-crafted weapons, starting with Lightfall, fewer of our total weapons can be craftable, and more of our weapons with long-term sources will get value from random perk rolls. To allow these non-crafted weapons to stand toe-to-toe with crafted weapons in Lightfall, in the year of Lightfall, more and more of our non-crafted weapons, starting with new raid adepts this year, will have the ability to be enhanced. Raid adepts? What?
Adept weapons from basically like Grandmaster raid.
Oh.
They're definitely very okay. So them saying this kind of suggests that they're a very high level, kind of they're kind of how do I put it? Like it's gonna only these adept weapons, these enhanceable random rogue weapons. They're a good idea because they make sure that sometimes you don't have to only go after the crafted weapons, which is what I'm doing right now. Like I don't care about the randomly rolled versions of all these weapons right now. I only care about the crafting, which I mean it's fine, but maybe it's not really what Destiny is about. Maybe Destiny should be about random weapons. So Obviously this. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. So. I lost my train of thought.
What?
Well, I was saying, yeah, so obviously this means that we can have more of these random weapons. But the problem is that if you're putting them in raid adepts or or trials adepts, then we're never actually gonna get them because they're so high level. Like who but the most powerful people will be getting these, right? So most people are just gonna be stuck with the basic systems. So it's a bit you know? Like, what's the point?
Enhancing allows your drop weapon to start leveling up, use mementos, and gain access to both enhanced perks and enhanced intrinsic properties. But only the enhanced versions of the perks and masterwork that are already on the version of the weapon you are enhancing. Simply said, with some time and resources, enhancing allows you to take the random rolled weapon you've obtained and enhance its existing roll to match the full power of a crafted weapon. We are targeting to roll this out initially with Lightfall raid adepts at the launch of Season of the Deep. Long term, we want to expand this functionality to most of our new non-crafted weapon drops, but there are some technical hurdles we need to solve first. For crafted weapons, we will have some additional changes planned. You will not see deep sight on the weapon unless it is something you need to make pattern progress on. When you see a red border in game, you will know it's valuable. Targeting Season of the Deep, we will also be adding a mechanism to activate deep sight on any craftable weapon they do not have the pattern for.
How do you think this might work? Like,
Okay,
activate.
okay, I think I have some ideas on how it might work because currently any red border weapon, literally almost every weapon can become a red border weapon, and it's like you only need to do the pattern once, which is like it's not really good because it's like just once. I mean it's good because it's just once, but then the once they're available, they require you to do 5 times. Like you get 5 of these weapons, which is like kind of troublesome. I think it's like once is enough.
Yeah, but how would you? What would be a balanced way to make a weapon that is not deep sight to become deep sight?
I don't know, a mod. Okay, maybe not a mod, just some glimmer upgrade or something. Just bring the weapon to the enclave and then somehow you just make it deep sight. I have no idea.
I just meant like, would you like spend a currency or do an activity or something?
I guess currency would be kind of the main thing because that's kind of what Destiny 2 is about. It's about grinding something.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what it's
yeah.
meant. But the currency could be kills, for instance, because technically, if they're trying to move away from named currencies, so many currencies, they could consider making it like after you reach 500 kills with a weapon or something, it's gotten enough memories of death that you can deep sight it or something, you know?
Memories of death.
Yeah, I mean that's what deep sight is to you. It's like the memory of the weapon. Then you learn the memory.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, that's like because like you can see that every deep sight, or rather every crafted weapon, you can sort of like see the number of kills even if you turn it on or off.
Yeah.
So kind of get to do that anyway.
Okay. Carry on with. Wait, have you talked about the crafted weapons systems?
Yeah, I really talk about all the bullet points.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
just left with the final
Let's
thing.
carry on. And I think we could skip some of the fluff. Like some of this stuff is like just like marketing
Fluff.
talk. Yeah, like the marketing talk that's just like all we want to. Yeah.
Let's skip the firstly blah blah blah. Finally, okay, bring challenge back to Destiny.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Oh, they're finally giving love to Stasis. Oh no, they're not giving any more love to Stasis. Right, okay. We spent a lot of time. Last year we spent a lot of time bringing all our subclasses up to Stasis 3.0 standard. During that time, not only did our abilities become more powerful, but their synergy with weapons and gear raised the total power tide for all boats. The result of these changes is a game with a more compelling RPG, but at times lower levels of challenge in our core content. With a player base as large as Destiny's, the right level of difficulty is going to be different for everyone. While we are still committed to offering multiple difficulty levels in content such as our campaigns, Nightfall, secret missions, dungeons, and raids, we feel like the baseline challenge in most of our content is just low. Ooh, nice picture of the New Muna place. Strand. Was it J5? What the heck?
Huh. That looks like that's weird. It's definitely Neo Muna, but it's got elements of Vex network in it. So strange.
Yeah, it's Vex, obviously.
No, I'm not just the Vex, but like if you see those lights in the background, the squarey thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are definitely Vex.
Is this a Titan or is this a Hunter?
That is a Titan.
Yeah, looks like Titan. Like you're punching.
Sorry. Stressing.
Okay, so
Augy,
what's up?
sorry to mention this, but looking at the time, it's starting to kind of be needed somewhere soon.
Okay, so I'll just rush through this part.
Oh, you don't have to. Okay, tell you what, you don't really have to rush through too hard for us. I mean, we have what we have to talk about, and
Yeah, I think you have covered most of whatever that's gonna come up anyway. So
that's hard. I mean, we're barely halfway through.
yeah, I mean, you saying things has cause you already read everything, so you kind of really like.
Yeah, well, we do have to be fair. We do have a lot to talk about because
Yeah,
there
fair
are
enough.
a lot of good insights that can be found here. But ultimately, I guess okay, like we're not going right now. But one thing that can certainly be said is that we don't really know fully what to expect with what Bungie is gonna do because obviously, for one thing, they're obviously trying to stay monetizable. They're trying to support themselves on all the DLC and microtransactions and all that, which means that a lot of changes that come may not be free to play.
Yeah,
So-
that's kind of the problem.
So we have to expect that some of these changes will not be really experienced by all players. And some of these changes may even like pull back free-to-play players because other players get more advantages. So we have to be careful of what the sandbox is going to move towards. Of course, we can probably expect that the changes that are free to play will be enjoyed by everyone, hopefully, including this portion here, which is talking about like how the activities will be tuned, like the one that's it was mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the tuning one. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's all I had to say about it. Maybe just we should we should definitely be willing to see some good coming out of this. But let's not forget to hold on to our horses and like just prepare ourselves for what is undoubtedly going to be a very chaotic next year with a lot of shakeups and stuff. And of
Right.
course, a huge emphasis on build crafting. So the good thing is a lot of creativity and a lot of new stuff will be coming.
Also,
That's-
so connect our guardians literally means that using the guardian ranks to do commendations or something. Looks like it. Like
yeah. It's like rate 5 stars.
it's like what's that called? What's that rating website they use for hotels?
Oh my god, Trivago.
Yeah, that one. It's like, oh my god.
This guardian useful. This
Hotel
guardian
Trivago.
Hotel Trivago.
Guardian commendation. Not really. Guardian ranks or whatever. Something else.
Something else that's mentioned later on, I don't know if it was said yet, is that
Fighting
all
Finder?
Fighting Finder is coming in like the last season of this year. So
That's
forget it. It's they want to like take a long time to like make sure it's perfect. So good, but that means that it's gonna be a long time before we see it. Fine lah. Can.
this
Oh,
one.
the good thing is that they are actually making all chats opt out instead of opt in, meaning that now if you see some random blueberry in the local chat,
Mhm.
unless they purposely leave the local chat, which they probably don't know, you can tell them, hey, please like help me with this public event. I'll teach you how to heroic it or something. You know, like
That's what I've been doing when I'm bored. I go to Cosmodrome and I'll just see a random blueberry and then be like, sup, want to play and oh wait, no, it's more like you need my help to complete your missions or whatever. I can help speed up a bit, like,
well, that's very nice of you, but
yeah, because I'm
are
really
you
just bored and I'm like, well, I'm just helping them with stuff also at the same
Yes.
time, and
that's
also
I mean
showing
I've
them
been a
how to complete the glimmer drill with heroic because that's the easiest ever.
that one's easier to show, yeah. See, I mean that's the thing. That's something that has always been so strong in Destiny. I mean that's how I made a lot of good friends in Destiny. How I did the Whisper mission was that people actually like they followed me in and we were like, wanna make a fire team? I was like, okay, sure. And then we went and did it together. It was so fun. And that's what Destiny should be about. And the thing is that because you've never up till this point, if that other person wasn't in local chat, you just couldn't talk to them.
No,
You
but
had to,
there's this unspoken rule in every RPG game, or rather every open world game with players in it, is that as long as the other person is willing, both people will be infinitely squatting and standing.
Oh no, absolutely. The stand squat is a ritual from like 500 years ago. Everyone knows it.
Yeah, then it's like you just stand squat and
Yes, but
stand
that's
squat,
the
and I'm
thing.
like, okay, yeah, that guy is
It's
keen.
It's a sign of friendship, but it is not capable of actually explaining intention. You can stand squat as much as you want, but you're not going to be teaching people how to heroic the damn taken flight event.
Yeah. But no, that's the thing. I would just send them a Bungie friend request. They would just accept it, and
No,
then
but
they join my
people
fire
don't
team. Then I just ask them.
accept friend request.
Yeah, no,
though.
like some people do that, but some
Yeah,
people
but those
don't. Like,
people
they just
are
reject. But then I mean, there are people who text the local chat, but then I'm like, yeah, I would join the local chat anyways, but a lot of people don't do that. So when I text the local chat, no one responded.
Exactly. So that's what will be fixed here, and that's a really good thing. Like, oh, and imagine what the PvP local chat is gonna, no, not local. There's no local chat probably. What the team chat is gonna be like. You can actually like call out like, hey, guys, let's move to A, or it's a lot of good.
No, I feel
opportunities.
like maybe instead of typing, give us some options to select, because PvP wise we're not really that free to type a lot. Right, because
Well, technically you can, like even in a fast-paced game like like Destiny, you still have opportunities. Like when you're holding a spot, like, hey, A, or like go A or something.
Yeah, maybe. So wait, so nice chat. This section will it be in
Actually,
the...
Augie, do you mind if I interject?
yeah,
sir?
yeah, sure.
Because what Gusty was saying about like chat in PvP, I think it could be quite cool if they implemented a systems like battlefields, where you can select an objective and like mark it to a team if that's where you're going. I think a mechanic like that could be good.
I certainly agree. Although we do not want a ping system where like you can spot enemy soldiers, but we we don't want a spot system, but we certainly do want a ping system where you can point out directions that you're going, because especially in team play that's really useful. And at the moment, in especially like in smaller team game modes, the people who are playing together are always going to be people who have friends who are in a Discord call, but you don't always have that. And so people who are not together, or even if they're in the same fight team but they just don't have a voice call together, are at a huge disadvantage. So this kind of ping system could definitely be useful. Again, it cannot be too strong, because ping in a high octane game like Destiny, in PvP, pinging could be a very nasty way to kind of like essentially prevent people from using any interesting strategies and slow down the game a lot, which is what people really don't want. Bungie has talked about slowing down the game before, but this would bring it down a lot, which is why pinging has to be kept to like he said, objectives. Or I don't know. Do you think you should be able to like ping location, like down this corridor, that kind of thing?
Or like put a drop pod or something.
I mean, you can, like I was saying about Battlefield, you can do that in Battlefield, but it does get annoying really quickly.
In Battlefield,
people just
sorry, carry on.
Yeah, people just spam pinging like stuff everywhere, just to be annoying, and it got on my
What
nerves.
you mean like push A, push A, push A, push A, push A, like that?
No, it was just some random location like off in the middle of the map.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because in I don't know about 2042, because I know you played 2042. I know you can't do it in 1. But in Battlefield 5, you can just put a tag down like anywhere. And that got really annoying.
I see. Does it? Okay. A recent update in Battlefield 2042 essentially added what we've always had in Battlefield 2042 was a ping system where you could ping on any location, and the thing would actually check if there were any enemies in the area. It would say that it is a danger ping. If there weren't enemies, it would say it is a move here ping. And if you
that's
ping,
pretty similar to Battlefield 5's then.
yes, this was only going to be visible to your what's it called, squad. Yes, it will only be visible to your squad.
Yeah, so it would have been basically exactly the same as Battlefield 5's then.
No,
Yeah.
it's worth mentioning. I really did not see a lot of this kind of pinging going on when I was in Battlefield 2042. So I don't know if the culture had a shift between those two games, or if it was simply like you're not allowed.
Trust me.
Much.
Okay,
I can imagine
speaking of pinging, I feel like in Destiny 2, right, especially in activities where you play with your fire team or play with a team of like 5 other people, where respawning is restricted, I feel like maybe there should be some sort of way to ping your other fire team members to remind them to revive you, because sometimes they forget.
Yeah.
That is certainly useful.
Because despite the warning that Guardian down, but then sometimes everything is shooting at you, you can't really hear it. So why not the Guardian that's actually down request for a revive, like in some games, I forgot which game. Then yeah, okay, that game. Then there's some sort of like on the screen, there's some sort of like HUD thing to tell you that this guardian is down and then where it is, where exactly it is, instead of just the guardian down sound and then no one can hear it.
Yeah. Just so you know what you're saying about Battlefield.
Yeah.
The thing is, you don't really request a revive in that game. Your character
Oh,
just kind of
yeah.
sits there screaming, "Sanitator!"
Yes. Well, yes. Actually, you don't request a revive, but people tell you that I'm coming to revive you, basically.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
people who are capable of reviving, medics or support, depending on which game you're in, will be able to see that they have it highlighted specifically. But because in Destiny everyone's able to revive, except for when you can't because of the game mode, for instance, then it becomes a bit difficult. Now it's worth. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, we were playing Seraph Shield Legend yesterday, right? There was no radar. You know what was the most nightmarish thing ever? Finding you, Max. I don't know where you are.
Wait, but why can't you find like the name tag and all that?
No,
Like,
because there's no. That's the thing. The name tag is a small thing within the 360-degree sphere of vision that you have, right?
yeah.
It could be anywhere. You could, if without a radar that points out where you are, you don't know where the other person is until you're looking in their direction, and there's so much going on. So there needs to be a much more visible way to see.
Like what's that game? I recently played that game and like, oh, Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah. Okay, so when you point a certain location, right, there's some sort of trail that you're following to go to the location. So I guess that's a good one. Like, okay, maybe the trail is on the map on the corner of the screen, or maybe the trail is on like a physical, like a particle effect trail that you're following. But I mean, these are very good features that Destiny could add to look for your fellow teammate.
Well, there is actually an emote for shooting up a flare gun, which I really like, but it's unfortunately not as like I really like it because I thought it would be useful, but then
What, the emote? Nah, that's just a useless emote.
Bro, I really need to like. Actually, you know what? Okay, Max. Later, you and I need to try out that system. Okay. We're gonna do like some mission. I'm gonna
join.
Well, if we'll see, because we're kind of well, we're grinding while we're grinding. We'll see. We're not.
Wait, what are you grinding?
What are we grinding?
I have no idea.
Right. No, I wanted to grind Hive Battlegrounds. Yes. Well, okay, not grinding only a bit. I'm getting my deep sight weapon. I'm doing a bit of Hive Battlegrounds, and then I bounce.
Yeah, I mean, I need to do deep sight weapons also, so I can definitely. I haven't been playing the game. I'm just like sleeping and probably just like, oh, there's a new seasonal challenge. Let me try to finish that by doing it in the EDZ or Nessus, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, we already agreed that we would play Gambit like at a later date this week. So
Yeah. Gambit can wait. It's fine. Yeah. It's like playing Gambit like a normal person.
Why Gambit?
Gambit's fun.
Just play Gambit like a normal person because normal people don't play Gambit.
Yeah, exactly. It's impossible to play Gambit like a normal person. No normal person plays Gambit.
I thought Gambit is just like PvE. It's like Vanguard Ops.
Gambit is both the best and the worst thing ever in Destiny, and
it feels like it feels like Vanguard Ops, except that sometimes Guardians will come over and kill you.
Well, it's an arena closer to like Hive Battlegrounds than it is to Vanguard Ops, because Vanguard Ops you move through a thing, but with an arena you stay in place. And I mean, it's the you know how many Gambit maps were removed in Beyond Light? Too many.
There's so many.
Too many. Like they were some really fun maps that they removed, and now Gambit feels so samey because of it. So honestly, like we missed out. We missed out a lot on the golden age of Gambit, I guess. I mean, obviously Gambit has its issues, but it can be fun.
Yeah, and I recently found an out of map area in Gambit.
Really?
Yeah, the whole like the Gambit match can be going on, and I'm just gonna jump out of map, and then everyone can see that I'm in the map. They just don't know where the heck am I, cause I'm behind the stone wall. And it's so funny.
Well, I mean, tactics are tactics. I
mean,
like.
if people were to like I don't know, invade, they can't kill me, so that's a good thing.
I mean, I have always been a bit of a defender. You'll always see me equipped with a weapon that is like somewhat intended to be used against the invaders. There are many times the invader shows up, I snipe them, and they're gone. Or like I mean, I've used a lot of different weapons for that, but
Yeah.
it's good because like my PvP skill is okay. It's only when, you know, like if they're gonna use a weapon that
Like it's like Eyes of Tomorrow. You're dead.
Eyes of Tomorrow, or for
or
example,
Truth is so kind of good.
Truth is strong, but yeah. It's the what's that rocket launcher that just spills rocket everywhere?
What Cliff Coil?
Yes, that one.
Yeah. Rock. What Cliff Coil?
Rod with coil.
Rod with coil. Yes.
So yeah. I think Gambit. Okay, actually, okay. Last thing I'll say before we go. Okay. On the topic of Gambit, guess what wasn't mentioned at all in this thing?
In this update.
Yeah.
But they did not mention Gambit, right? Did they?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't mention Gambit at all. Like, oh my god, Gambit isn't getting any changes.
No love for Gambit.
No love for Gambit at all. Bungie has this own Gambit a long time ago.
Gambit is the forgotten child of the Destiny.
Gambit is the I am the Gambit of a family. Oh, this is so
You're the
sad.
Gambit of your destiny.
I'm like, it's so sad because like Gambit absolutely deserves better. Dude, imagine if we could do Gambit in like all these new locations. Oh, hey, that's Presage. That was pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, I think Augy, please feel free to carry on with the reading. But essentially the main point is that there's a lot of good changes here, but a little bit of disappointment in some areas. And it's important that we continue to hold Bungie to a good standard, especially if they're gonna provide a good experience, free to play or paid. It should be good. It's not very fair to pay for something that just isn't that good. And I think the same can be said about a lot of games recently in the industry. A lot of people have been leaving the game, like big names. So it's
yeah. I've seen a video on YouTube about like the big YouTubers that left.
Oh yeah,
game.
Is that November guy, right?
Yeah, the Tefew or something. Tefew, I don't know. Weird names. Never really checked it.
Okay. Well, with that, I think I'm going to yank Max by the collar and bounce because we've got something we need to get to, and yeah. So yeah, just gaming with friends. So thank you very much for having me on this stream. I think I'm actually quite pleased with what we talked about here.
Thank you for having me as well, even though I've kind of just showed up.
Yeah, no, we're glad you're here. So, Augy, please carry on with your stream, if you are, and you have a good day. Okay?
Yep, you too.
Make sure to order Burger King.
Maybe I just set
Oh,
up. But
Justin, you're making me hungry.
Go
Justin.
order your I haven't had a Burger King in ages. You go
I
and
have
get
no
it.
money. I had one yesterday. I'm unhealthy. I'm gonna get fat if I eat Burger King
Have an
more.
apple then.
Just do some push-ups or something.
But
No,
I have a plate of roast dinner in the fridge right now.
eat it
It
then.
ne- well, I am gonna go in a minute. I just need to learn how to make gravy because I don't know how to make gravy.
Oh. Yeah, then you
Water
can buy it.
and white protein.
Why? What?
Hold on, what kind of gravy uses white protein? No, it's basically you kind of need to bring out the meatiness, I guess, along with some other kind of like vegetables and stuff. Okay, anyway, okay, we're gonna go do our thing. Augy, you take care, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, take care. Yeah.
All right, well,
You too.
okay, bye.
Bye. Thanks for coming by.
See you in a bit.
Have a good stream. Woo.
Okay, we're back to reading the sermon. Not really, not sermon, but it's just the Lightfall thing. Hey, where did I stop that? Right. Okay. I think it's tuning abilities. I'm pretty sure it's that, but not really sure about it anymore. Anyways, yeah. Bring challenge back to Destiny requires a two-pronged approach. If we just tuned up our enemies across the game, we would start to encounter issues where combatants frequently one-shot players and would feel super spongy. As a result, even more relaxing content will require players to conform to the most meta Guardian loadouts. On the other hand, if we were only to tune the player's efficiency, the RPG elements would start to feel like they matter less, and Destiny might start to lose its essential fantasy of being this powerful battle wizard in space. So instead of focusing just on one vector, we're going to take measured approaches in both the player's toolkit and the strength of our monsters. Let's start with the player's toolkit. Across both PvE and PvP, we believe that abilities dominate too many engagements due to potency, which we don't want to nerf, and uptime, which we do want to tackle. Destiny is a game about guns and powers. We want both to shine. So starting with Lightfall, we are moderately increasing ability recharge time across a wide selection of our abilities as mentioned in ability tuning preview last week. We've also noticed that enemy combatants just aren't hitting as hard as we want them to, especially against max resilience guardians. So we're adjusting the amount of damage resistance granted by resilience and increasing the energy cost of resilience mods from 1 to 2 for minor mods and 3 to 4 for major mods. Okay, that's gonna be a pain to put it on my armors and all that stuff. Is damn definitely gonna hurt. With the build crafting updates in Lightfall, we believe great builds will be much more accessible to the community, and while we will still want your gear and your mods to be critical, some of the buffs to Guardian's damage and survivability were just a bit too strong in the old system, and so we've taken this opportunity for a balancing patch to gear-driven buffs. More than anything, this is about reining in some unintentional power creep that we saw over the last year. We're committed to as always, to making your Guardian feel like the ultimate monster killing machine, and I'm confident that with Strand, our new build crafting updates, and a suite of new weapons coming in Lightfall, you'll all be making Zavala and Shax very proud. So it's about Strike and Crucible, but nothing about Gambit or anything else. Or maybe, who's that guy? Saint 14 and Osiris? Recently, we've been happy with the level of challenge present in the base Ice Battlegrounds playlist. To achieve this, we use a difficulty knob that enforces just how over-leveled we will let players be compared to the enemies they are fighting. This knob has always been present across our activities and is adjusted based on how evergreen we want the challenge to be in those missions. We were pretty aggressive with this adjustment in Season of the Seraph, and it produced great results, so the base Battleground playlist in Season of Defiance will use the same settings. Carrying this approach over, we are also going to be adjusting the same difficulty tweak on the Vanguard Ops playlist. We aren't going to set this playlist knob to a level quite as intense as the Battlegrounds playlist, but we do want to use this setting to make Vanguard Ops a lot more engaging to the average Guardian starting in Lightfall. This approach to power and difficulty is also going to be present when players are roaming around New Muna, and while we don't want the entire game to feel like it's turned up to 11, we think these changes will help the enemy forces patrolling the Muna feel dangerous and worth your attention. Right, so they're gonna make it hard to just even roam around. This is probably gonna feel like what's the current place? Castellum, where you get this nightmare containment and all that stuff. I think it's gonna feel like that because based on what they are saying, it's like every enemy, every tiny little thing on the planet is gonna be dangerous in some way, so your health is not gonna be dropping by 1 XP every time they shoot. It's gonna be a few chunks of your health. So I guess it's kind of gonna feel like Castellum. You may have noticed that we have been experimenting with our power settings over the last few seasons, and we are planning on taking on even more experiments this year. We think that there are some major issues with power in Destiny 2 and how it prevents players from seeing some of our best content, so we'd like to make a big change to the system in the final shape. However, to understand more about how our changes can be improved, we want to keep tweaking our power settings over the year of Lightfall. For example, when Lightfall launches, we will have a power climb that is very similar to that in the Witch Queen, but later in Season of the Deep, we don't plan to raise the power or pinnacle cap at all. Right, that's actually quite nice. At least I don't have to grind for 80 days of the season and hope that I can reach the pinnacle before then and, I don't know, get the seasonal challenge completed for that. That's kind of hard to do because I'm not there. You know, I'm not really actively playing the game that much either, so I guess that's a good change. Because I won't even be able to play Destiny 2 for the first 2 weeks of the season because I won't be in Singapore, I'll be in Japan, so I can't really play the new seasonal stuff until I'm back from my trip. I don't know if I'll be streaming in real live streams when I'm in Japan. That will be a separate plan, but I have it all set up, so it's more like whether it's gonna happen or not. So it's not really a big deal. Hey, enrich our content. Fury Crucible. Hi, who's that in the call? Was that like Foxy? Hi Foxy, welcome to the call. Okay, let's start with one of our most evergreen rituals, the Crucible. PvP combat is here to stay in Destiny 2 as we think it's one of the most inherently replayable parts of the Destiny experience. Last year, we injected several new modes into PvP, from Rift to Eruption to Fortress. We're excited for some of these game modes to get more face time in the core ritual experience. But we're not done adding variety to the ways you can engage with PvP. In Season of Defiance, we're looking at getting Countdown back into the game along with a respawn variant of the game mode we call Countdown Rush, where players must detonate or defuse both bombs on the map before the round ends. We also aim to run a series of Crucible laps, including a mode where the player sandbox is dramatically changed, weapon damage, ability uptime, and even ammo are all adjusted in a new mode tentatively titled Checkmate Control. This mode will reward players who use their smarts and their skills. So if the only way the enemy has been able to shut you down in the past is a solo blade barrage, they might be in trouble. This isn't all we have planned for modes, so keep your eyes on laps for more classic and all new modes later this year. Okay, nice. A meltdown. And Vex network map in season 22 and Citadel in our last season before the final shape. Okay, nice. We'll need to get features like dynamic skill ranges in-game to allow for players across all skill levels to get consistently high quality connections in their matches. Right. We're also turning our eyes towards lobby balancing, where we aim to construct matches with a more consistent skill spread among players on both teams. We also want to continue to zoom out and make sure that we're upgrading the meta systems that encourage folks to play PvP. And they're gonna have 3 Iron Banners per season. Okay, so that means 4 seasons, 12 Iron Banners. That's interesting. I feel like maybe they should work on getting people to join Trials of Osiris and do the same sort of ranking system as the regular competitive PvP, because it feels like Trials is like only the best people are playing and the not so good people don't get to experience what it's like to be in Trials. Other than elimination as a comparable sibling in a way. Finally, in competitive, we want to improve the speed at which players climb to the rank. There are most matches that Crucible skill and ensure it's clear why you won and or lost the specific number of rank points shown after a match. Okay, that's nice. Trials won't be the only thing getting love as far as rituals go, so let's start about PvE side of the game. Over the years, we've added a ton of great exotic missions like Presage and Terror Shield to Destiny 2. This year, not only will we continue to create new exotic missions, but starting in season 22, we'll be adding an exotic mission rotator. Okay, that's nice. So only in 22, that's like 6 months from now or something. That's a pain also. Like our legacy raid and dungeon rotators, the exotic mission rotator will feature exotic missions from the past that rotate on a weekly cadence and offer great rewards for players willing to dive into some classic content. In Season 22, this rotator will contain the exotic missions from Seasons 13, 16, 19, Presage, Box Obscura, and Seraph Shield. With this framework implemented, we hope to use this rotator in the future to continue to bring some of Destiny 2's most classic missions back into the fold. Refreshing our strikes. Wow, my parents are cooking curry. I love curry. Okay, what? This effort will begin with refreshing the Lake of Shadows and Arms Dealer strikes. Both activities have had their objectives and encounters reimagined and upgraded to match the combat engagement levels of some of our more recent strike entries, such as Lightblade and Proving Grounds. In addition, we are also taking strikes that have not been updated recently, such as Exodus Crash and Inverted Spire, and dramatically reducing their presence in the Vanguard Ops playlist while eliminating them from Nightfall rotations. These strikes will still be available for direct launch, but until they get brought up to the engagement parity with some of our more recent Vanguard content, they will not show up as frequently as part of the ritual gameplay. Cool. This process will begin with the Mars High's Battlegrounds being part of the Nightfall rotation in Season of Defiance, and we expect more Battlegrounds to be following suit each season. Okay, so that means this very not very cool way of, because I don't really like the Highest Battlegrounds idea. It's not exactly something that I'm looking forward to, because it's just like the location is the same. No, the location is different, but the end location is the same, because everyone just goes in a bunker and everything's the same for all the Highest Battlegrounds, which is kind of boring and will be used and all that. It's just different boss for different locations. Four out of 6 Nightfalls will be new or refreshed content coming to Grandmaster rotation for the first time. We expect even older Nightfalls to feel rekindled by new loader options, since the Mesh Game modifier is also being retired from Nightfalls with the launch of Lightfall. Right, okay. Lightfall. Very rhymey. Oh wait, they're removing the mesh game? That's cool, because it's kind of useless anyways. Because like you have like some really strong anti-barrel weapons like Arbalest or yeah, actually mainly just Arbalest, just to break down the shields. So it's kind of useless. Was it Wish Ender also? Looking further. While we don't expect these changes to make it in for Season of Defiance, over time we want to start pushing both more rewards to ritual content and more options to engage with our ritual content. This will include changes such as moving the initial source of obtaining exotic armor away from lost sectors and back into the core rituals, no longer asking players to earn all 3 of the ritual pursuit ornaments in seasonal challenges, earn more new rewards and complete playing content of their choice, not worst seasonal activity playlist. This rebalancing of objectives and will be a slow burn over the year of Lightfall, a more direct approach in our last season of the year, a significant amount of development time toward a more season. While this season will have plenty of content, we want to take this time right to crisp up our core rituals and pursuits. Final expansion of the Light and Darkness saga. This last seasonal effort is just now getting underway. More details as we get further into the year. Connect our guardians. Wow, I've been streaming for 2 hours. Interesting. This is a very long essay. Okay. Commendations. Right. Pace setter, Saint's favorite. I only given in Trials of Osiris, perceptive and knowledgeable. Raid and dungeon content. How about strike? Eventually, commendations you earn will become a history for where you've been and what you've done. The joy that has come with this tiny sense of regret that I'm not living just a few weeks in the future. Wait, what? Oh, right. Okay, so this developer is okay. Couple of recommendations. Commendations are good, I guess. We still plan on allowing anyone inside Destiny 2 to the ability to avoid text chat entirely, meaning they will never automatically be added to a social text chat. We also plan to allow anyone the option to quickly leave channels on a case-by-case basis if the chat is trending in a way that makes their game experience worse. Right, so I can leave the team chat or local chat now. That's cool. Fire team finder, that's like the end of the, yeah, that's probably not gonna be so soon, right? Okay, so it's not gonna happen all at once, and we most certainly try some things that aren't going to land right on the first attempt, but we are going to continue to take risks with Destiny 2 because we think taking risks is essential to surprising and delighting our players. And then he repeats the one he started, which is like the big living and breathing organism, blah blah blah. Joe Blackburn. Interesting. Wait, so what? Tomorrow is when? When's tomorrow? Like today, tomorrow, or tomorrow? Oh, right. So it's okay. So it's gonna around like 12 a.m. my time. Cool. Oh, it's gonna start around like 1 a.m. or something. Okay, so that's all for this article. It's long ass article. Anyways, bro. thanks very much for coming by. Feel free to drop by the Discord, and Discord link is here. Oh my god, I typed Discord wrongly. Yeah, this is the Discord link. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna rate someone. Who do I rate today? Looks like Tangles is streaming. And Zomzom is playing Hogwarts Legacy. And Wincat is playing Minecraft. Yeah, I'll wait Wincat, I guess, because he's a very good friend of mine. I mean, used to be a very good friend of mine. We don't talk anymore, so that's a thing, I guess. But it's still worth giving him a shout out. There's always lag in the shoutout part, which is very interesting actually.
Am I the last one?
What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
So yeah, that's Wincat. He usually streams Minecraft related things. I don't know what other games he streams. It's just mainly Minecraft and just chatting. And he also recently got affiliate like a few months ago. I'm not sure if Founders Wedge is still available for him, but yeah, go check him out. Okay, let's rate him. So thanks for coming by, thanks for watching the stream, thanks for sticking around if you have been lurking since the start. Thanks Baby Flash for coming by, and thanks everyone for the redemptions of all those stuff. I'll probably reject some that I can't do today, such as because like I don't have face cam on most of the time, so I can't do posture check and hydrate, so what's that called, refund them back to those people who redeemed it. So thanks for coming by, and yeah, love y'all, bye.